Welcome to the Mark Prater podcast, where our aim is to connect our global family of churches with our executive director. Mark, we talked about the Pastors Conference on the last video that we did, but we want to talk about it just a little bit more before we move forward. There was just a number of wonderful sermons and breakouts. I know I've been recommending them to my church, but you've been hearing from some guys about several ways to utilize these resources to serve our church. Could you tell us about that?
I would love to. And I wanted to dedicate one more podcast to the conference and to the resources available through the excellent preaching we enjoyed, not only in the main sessions, but the breakout sessions as well. So I thought we'd start with the main sessions. I sent out an email with some ideas to all of our pastors. First of all, if there's an elder that didn't attend the conference, and there'd be good reasons that men can't get there, please take time to listen to all the main sessions and the breakout sessions. The other idea is to get the main sessions to your leaders and think about leaders meetings where you can use them. Bruce Chick told me, for example, that they are dedicating the next several leaders meetings to just watching one of the main sessions and then discussing it as leaders in the church. I thought that was a great idea. In terms of getting them in the hands of members, one of the things we're doing at Covenant Fellowship is we send out a weekly email to our church. It's kind of a Sunday recap of our Sunday meeting, and then just the events that are happening that week. And what we're doing now is we're featuring one main session message for each of those emails weekly until we've worked through all of those, so that the members of our church have an opportunity to watch them. So that's another idea. One of the things I also mentioned is that if you are developing young men for leadership or potentially pastoral ministry, I'd really encourage you to have them watch Jared's message or listen to Jared's message on partnership, because it casts a wonderful vision for the partnership that we share in Sovereign Grace. So those are a few ideas related to the main session messages.
That's great. Yeah, and helpful. I know. And sharing them, we have like a little communications hub called Realm that we use at our church, and we just posted the resources there. Already hearing from a couple people on Sunday about, especially CJ's message, how it was deeply shaping and helpful. So yeah, I mean, these are wonderful resources. But there was also breakouts there. I got to attend the leadership development breakout, which you led actually. And if you're leading something and Greg Dernberger is involved, then I probably want to be there. And it was very helpful, but I wish I could have been at all of them. Thoughts about the breakouts and how we use them?
I'd love to give you thoughts on that. And by the way, we should have audio for the breakout sessions up in about a week here, in the next week, I would guess. So a couple of breakout sessions, I would really encourage entire pastoral teams to listen to and discuss. And you can listen to it obviously individually, but come together to discuss it. The first would be Josh Blunt's breakout session. It was really about the cultural pressures that churches are facing today. And he kind of broke it into three cultural pressures: critical theories, number two, political idolatry, and number three, the modern self. And obviously he's taken that from Carl Trueman's title of his book regarding the modern self. And Josh just does a brilliant job unpacking those in a helpful way that will equip pastors to biblically inform their churches of those cultural pressures and to protect their churches from them. So I would highly recommend that one. And then Jeff's breakout on preaching. That would be a good one for all pastors to listen to, and then come together as an eldership and discuss what you learned from Jeff's breakout on preaching, how you can grow in preaching, because preaching, as you well know, Ben, is something that you just never arrive at. You always feel like you're always growing in. And at least I do anyway. And
I certainly do.
Jeff's breakout will be really, really helpful. You mentioned the one that I led on leadership development with Greg Dernberger and Steve Whitaker. I think that'd be one that if you've got guys on your team or guys who specifically have responsibility for leadership development, make sure that they listen to that one and can benefit from the resources that are there. And then the other two were related to, first of all, there's one on parenting. I've heard a lot of good feedback on parenting, the parenting breakout session. So that would be one that I think you could make available to your church or to all the parents in your church and find a context to even potentially discuss it with them. And then Rob and Gina Flood and Gary and Betsy Ricucci led one on marriage. And specifically, the focus of that was how to maintain and strengthen our complementarian convictions. First of all, in the home, that's where it's got to begin, but also in the church as well. And that was just an excellent breakout session as well. That you could devote a married couples meeting to something like that, where you listen to the breakout and discuss it. So just some ideas to kick around and at least throw out there. That maybe stimulate other ideas that might better serve your church. But the point being, let's try to maximize all of the good teaching we received last week in Orlando.
Yeah, thanks for the suggestions. What a gift God has given us in Sovereign Grace to have so many gifted preachers and teachers to serve us so well. And the last conference certainly involved all of that. So thanks, Mark, for your thoughts. Thank you for watching, everyone who's watching or reading. The holidays have begun. By the time they read this or watch this, it'll already be past Thanksgiving. So Merry Christmas, I guess. For next week.
Right.
So.
And happy Thanksgiving.
And happy Thanksgiving. All right. God bless you, and we'll see you here soon. Bye for now.
Thank you for watching. If you have questions or comments, Mark would love to hear from you. For more videos like this, hit subscribe on YouTube or by email at markkprater.com.